Welcome back to Vida Baseball Live, everybody. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the show. Oh man, we're so happy to have you here. He's a three-time All-Star, he's a Silver Slugger, and he is one of the most enigmatic guys, one of the kindest, most upstanding men to have ever played the game, at least in my era. Curtis Granderson, welcome. Welcome to Vida Baseball Live. It is so wonderful to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me. Super excited to be with you.
I got to just say, on behalf of reporters everywhere, I just want to say thank you to always making time for us and for always being so kind and generous with your time and your comments, and always understanding that we have a job to do and you always made it easy. So I just want to thank you. And I know Jennifer shares that sentiment as well.
You're very welcome. And like you said, you have a job to do and I had a job to do. So why would I make that job any more difficult than it already is? You know, coming in and trying to get in the locker room and wins and losses. I know it's challenging, but hey, we're talking for a few seconds here. Let's go ahead and make it as good as we can.
Oh, honey, say it louder for the kids in the back.
Everyone had that mentality, man.
All right. Well, we want to talk about all of the good that you've been doing, as well as your retirement and your prolific career. So let's start off with the Grandkids initiative. You have helped introduce so many young kids to the game of baseball, a game that many have said that young kids just aren't finding interest in anymore. I want to know, who was the most influential person when it came to introducing you to the game?
It's a combination of a couple of things. One, I started playing t-ball because all of a sudden one day I'm outside playing with my friends and all my friends were gone. I go, where'd everyone go? And so they went to sign up to play t-ball. I said, well, I want to play t-ball. I don't want to be left out. So ended up starting to play t-ball when I was 6 years old. My dad would watch the game. My grandmother would watch the game. And, you know, back then you only had one TV in the house. So whatever was on TV, that's what you watched. And they were watching it all the time. So that got me into it. I was able to establish the Grandkids Foundation in 2007, again, just promoting education and getting kids playing baseball. And most recently, here in my hometown of Chicago, CBEA, at the home of University of Illinois Chicago, my alma mater, has done exactly what you talked about, bringing more kids onto a college campus to play this game. We bring about 10,000 boys and girls from all sides of the community to play baseball, and we have the largest all-girls baseball camp going on right now.
That's amazing, Curtis. And I mean, again, thank you for being who you are. You are really one of the great faces of this sport of baseball. The way that you communicate and articulate yourself, your ideas, everything that you've done for this community and beyond is just amazing. But now, talking about these kids and how do we bring them in, Tim Anderson was someone that I spoke to during White Sox Fest here in Chicago, and he says, you know, he wants to be that player that encourages and motivates young brown and black boys to play the game. Do you think, and I had asked you this many years ago, which is funny that we're still talking about this in 2020. Do you think that Major League Baseball is stepping in the right direction as far as promoting its players and really getting that audience to sit and watch a game or be interested at the very least?
Well, a couple things. You got Tim Anderson, batting champ of the American League, who also worked out at the facility where we're bringing out these kids. So when some kids go, oh, I'm only practicing at this college, understand that guys like Tim Anderson, guys like Anthony Rizzo, guys like Jason Kipnis and TJ McFarland all use this facility to get themselves ready for the Major League season. So you're in a top-notch facility, getting yourself ready to either play the game, grow the game, learn the game, do all those things. But to your question about what Major League Baseball is doing, it's very interesting because April 15th, which a lot of people listening know is Tax Day, is also Jackie Robinson Day. And watch it, you're going to see it here again. I've said this to you many of times, and you'll see it again this April 15th. There's going to be a big announcement about Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier, followed up by the decline of African Americans playing this game. And that number just continues to go down and down. But one thing I think that definitely can be done is people like to do and be around people that they see, that they can relate to. Again, I said I wanted to play baseball because my friends were playing baseball. So they were doing it, I wanted to do it. If I see somebody of color that looks like me doing something, there's a good chance I might also be interested in it. So guys like Tim Anderson, representing for the African Americans, guys like Jose Abreu, representing for the Latino Americans. You know, there's a bunch of amazing guys that are doing great things, and if MLB just continues to highlight them, promote them, because these are all-stars. Those guys I just mentioned are all-stars, have the ability to be MVPs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those are the guys that you want promoting the game. Those are the best guys in the game. And kids of color that look like them will say, you know what? Tim Anderson looks a little bit like me.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear my uniform like him. I want to play baseball like him. Oh, and he listens to the same song I listen to. Yeah. All that stuff can be very good for promoting the game.
Curtis, thank you for being with us. I'm going to miss you personally not playing, because I know the type of player that you were and the talent that you had and the way that you carried about yourself. How was that process? Did you know in your last at-bat that it'd be your last at-bat in the big leagues? I know you probably talked to your family. Tell me a little bit about that, because in my opinion, you still should be in the clubhouse
yes.
playing. And we can talk about that another time, but in my opinion, in Ozzie's opinion, senior, you should still be wearing a uniform because of everything that you embody as a player.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. And to your audience out there listening, Ozzie Jr., Ozzie Sr., Oni, the entire Guillén family have been absolutely amazing to me as a person, as a player, as an opponent. So thank you for having me on this show. Ozzie, we got to get together and connect again where it's not work-related, and look forward to getting a chance to do that. But, you know, when I was trying to make that decision, I think it was probably a couple years in the making. You know, when I signed my contract with the Toronto Blue Jays in 2018, it was a late sign. It happened mid-January, a lot later than I had anticipated, and how I had seen things going for guys starting to get to my age and get to my level of play. Last year with the Marlins, even later. So I said, hey, you know, things are starting to look like it might be a little bit tougher to stick around in this thing. So in my mind, I had already started laying the groundwork that if an opportunity that didn't come to me, that didn't make sense, hey, I'm going to be excited to do all the things that we've been talking about, from growing the Grandkids Academy, growing Chicago Baseball and Educational Academy, enjoying being home. Ozzie, you know it, Chicago summer. I haven't had one since 2000, so I'm so looking forward to that. So if you know parties and rooftops and brunches, please let me know. Those are all things that I've missed and I can't wait to do. And I'm going to continue to be around the game, but it's just going to be in a different way this time.
I'm right here with you on the rooftops and all that stuff, because I just recently relocated to Chicago, so I'm right there with you. Yes.
Let's do it. Well, come on out. Hey, and you got to come out to 50/50 Roots Pizza, West Town Bakery. Those are all places that I'm part owner of. We got some amazing food. We even cater to the clubhouses. So let me know. We'll get you nice and right. Yes.
Now, I want to know, since we're talking about your retirement, and what has been the most unexpected sort of byproduct of your retirement? Has there ever been a moment where you experienced either an emotion or something that you didn't really count on when you planned out this retirement?
I think the number of people that reached out to me, I didn't really expect. I felt like I had heard so many people over the past couple seasons go, "You're still playing?" So I figured that some people already thought I was done. So then when we finally make the announcement, which actually happened to be on Jackie Robinson's birthday, January 31st, texts started coming in, which I expected. Then they just kept coming and they kept coming. I even got letters in the mail. I mean, when's the last time you received a letter in the mail from someone you wanted to get a letter from? So I actually got letters in the mail from people. The owner of the Tigers actually did that, Christopher Illich. He actually hand wrote me a letter, which was really awesome. So that I didn't expect, which was really neat and cool. It just, you know, showed that, hey, over the past 16 years, people remembered me not only as a baseball player, which is probably the biggest thing that I'll take away from this.
What do you miss most about the game?
Traveling. That's my big thing. As you can see, I got the world behind me. So I'm always trying to get out there and see so much. And every time we got a chance to go to so many amazing cities, including international destinations, trying the food. As you can see, food is one of my big things. Playing in front of all those fans across the world. You know, I got a chance to play in the Dominican. I've played in Taiwan. I've been to Korea, Japan. I've promoted the game in South Africa, plus playing in Canada and also throughout the United States. That's going to be the biggest thing that I'm going to miss.
Curtis, speaking about traveling and overseas, did the thought ever cross your mind to play overseas? We see that Adam Jones is headed out there because just like you, still has the talent to continue to be out on the field. Is that something that crossed your mind at all?
It did, because I love Japan. Japan's one of my top places in the world that I've ever traveled to, just from visiting standpoint. I thought about it. I said, you know what? That'd be a really cool way to go ahead and finish up some things there. But at the same time, it's one thing to be there on vacation, knowing I don't have to get ready to go win a ball game, to playing 100, and I think they play about 154 games. Spring training's a little longer, their playoffs go longer. It would have only been one season, maybe two, so it definitely would have been doable. But at the same time, I think I'd rather just continue to keep going over there as a visitor.
Yeah.
But we do have the Olympics there this year, so hey, I'd easily love to go over there because I actually was an advocate getting baseball back in the Olympics in 2008. I met with the International Olympic Committee, so at that time, I was speaking as a potential active player. Technically, I'm not active, but I can go, be an ambassador or maybe coach third for that thing and see if we can win a medal and bring it back to the U.S.
I mean, you could play in the outfield. Why not?
You know what? Ernie Young, actually, the third base coach for that team, called me up and said, hey, do you want to play? And I said, well, how would that work if I'm not playing right now? Do I call up UIC and say, hey, I need some at-bats. I need to practice because we're about to go play against Japan and try to win a gold medal. So I don't know how that works. So I might need your guys' help as a possibility. I'm staying in shape, but I just haven't swung a bat in a while, so that might be a little tricky.
Well, we got a tee here inside the office.
Give you some live BP.
Perfect.
Curtis, what does the scheduling look like? Obviously in the summer, right now you're having the all-girls league camps running. Where can people go? Are you guys affiliated to certain leagues? How do these kids find to just keep playing baseball in these amazing facilities throughout the summer? What do you guys have planned?
So the easiest way for all your listeners to listen, go to curtisgranderson.com. You'll see links to both the Grandkids Foundation and the Chicago Baseball and Educational Academy. But all year long, 365 days a year, whether it's cold outside like it is in Chicago or it's warm like it is in the summertime, we have the ability to get these kids active out there playing. They can either do it inside, they can do it outside. Sometimes they're even actually being taught by some of the coaches from their hometowns. Like one of the great things we do is a campus tour. So if you're from the south side of Chicago, we try to pair you up with a south side student that is attending UIC. Again, going back to your first question, wow, you're from the south side, I'm from the south side, you're at college, maybe I could go to college. Same thing,
Mm-hmm.
You play baseball, you look like me, I could maybe play baseball. So there's a lot of strength in that from when people get a chance to see people doing that. So again, curtisgranderson.com will give you links to Grandkids and also the Chicago Baseball and Educational Academy.
Now, before we let you go, I want everyone to know Curtis is really well-rounded. And a couple of years ago when he was on the Yankees, we talked about his favorite TV show growing up was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he actually spit some rhymes for me. So I want to put you on the spot again.
Oh, man.
Can you spit a little bit of that Fresh Prince theme song before we let you go? Because you had it down, even an extra part that we didn't even know about.
Oh, the extended version. Let's see if we can bring it back. Let's see.
West Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, and relaxing, all cool, and I was shooting some beep. I'm gonna stop there real quick because I also played basketball outside of the school a couple of times. It was up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhoods. Pause. We're trying to bring the kids in the community together to keep them out of trouble. I said, so I moved with my uncle in Bel Air. So I whistled for a cab. Now we got Uber. When they came here, the license plates at Freshman had dice in the mirror. So we try to mix it up, do a little bit here.
You're still awesome.
You are so
you're
awesome.
Still amazing.
Love you, Curtis, man.
I cannot wait to see you dinner
Oh my
soon.
gosh. It's so good. Curtis, before you go, just one last question from all of us here at La Vida Baseball. For someone who loves the game as much as you do, is it possible for the league to come back after everything that's been in the news, after everything that's transpired with this cheating scandal? Is it possible for the league to come back and regain some of its integrity?
Absolutely. I mean, look at what has happened just historically throughout the duration of baseball and U.S. history. I know it's not a U.S. specific sport, but let's just focus on that for a moment. We're a very forgiving nation. Mm-hmm. Just for example, I mean, we had the strike in '94, we had the steroid era, we had the Black Sox, and here we are in 2020. Baseball is alive and well. We have players represented from all over the world. Unfortunately, stuff like this is going to happen, but we continue to move. We rebound back from it. Spring training is going. We had some blockbuster trades that no one could have expected. Free agency got back to normal with some big contracts, and hopefully it'll continue to be exciting, live and well, not only for the major leagues, but for everybody that wants to enjoy the game, be a part of the game, wear the uniforms, wear the hats, go to games, and just get a chance to play it and learn it. So I definitely see things continue to move in the right direction, consider it a little cut. The Band-Aid's on right now, but as soon as you take that Band-Aid off, things will be healed up and it'll be stronger than ever.
Future commissioner for the MLB.
I was just gonna say, I'm fired up. I'm buying in to your philosophy. I'm in. You got me. Curtis Granderson, thank you so much for being a guest with us here and sharing your time with us. We appreciate it so much.
No problem. Thank you guys, and an amazing 2020 season. Now I get to watch as a fan, so super excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Curtis. We're going to join you in one of those games.
Well, yeah, for
right?
sure. We'll talk soon, and then, we'll definitely connect because I'm definitely going to – Vita's got to come out to the camp and work with the kids for sure.
Yeah,
awesome,
for sure.
Definitely. We'll wait till it warms up, though. I know it's cold right now, so we'll wait till it's warm in the summer and bring you guys out. So,
thank you.